Researchers at Verizon have just issued their report on 621 actual data breach cases that occurred in 27 nations last year.
Once your computer is infected, your computer will probably dial out to a remote server somewhere in another part of the world and basically say, "Hello, I'm infected, come get me." And that's their way into the network. They've now entered your computer and they spread throughout the internal corporate network. They're really after anything that's of value. Some of these countries that are involved will publish over the next 5 or 10 years, we want to acquire certain technologies and certain capabilities, and that really sets a national agenda. And then these groups carry out operations to acquire that kind of technology from victims all around the world. And it's a very purposeful, very methodical approach to acquire specific pieces of information from specific kinds of organizations. We also see small organizations. Really, there's a wide array of them. So small engineering and manufacturing firms that are upstream in the supply chain from some of those larger defense contractors and manufacturers. The typical target for your espionage attack is much more broad than it was several years ago, at least in what we're able to see. I believe that they've realized that stealing this kind of information is more efficient than developing it at home in many cases. We see more and more that an increasing diversity of organizations can fall prey to espionage attacks. And that's very important to recognize, because as soon as that's true, you've got your work cut out for you. There's an entirely different approach to security that you need to take. It's no longer just the opportunistic kind of simple things that you have to worry about. You have to be prepared for threat groups that will continue to target you over a long period of time until they're successful.